Shoots it with authority.
The easiest
fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
As well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he
fires from 14. Bosch. Burks the pass to Saunders. Offline with his three. So the Heat, their last game, a win against Portland.
Was on its heels practically the entire game.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Here's Phillips.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think you got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Laverne. Here's Speedy. Burks covering. Clock is at 3. The fader. Can't hit. The Jazz go the other way with it. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Was not even close. I mean, they had points coming from all over the place.
Yeah, they stayed true to the game plan offensively and never strayed at all. Impressive performance.
Now, here's Exum. Following the miss by Freak. Pass to Sullinger. And that comes off the assist by Exum.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going. Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
And here's Dragic after Jared Sullinger hitting his three. Bosch, the screen. From downtown, and the Heat, another 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Exum kicks to Sullinger. To the wing right side. Sullinger the screen. They get the rebound. And he makes good on the layup. Sullinger's got 7.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Heat lead by 4. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And now the second quarter just getting set. For Miami, Laverne, he's checked in for Stoudemire. Wash comes in for Luol Deng. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Marcus Thornton. And Speedy subbed in for Goran Dragic. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. Hayward comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. Burks, he's checked in for Hood. And it's Saunders in for Burke. Phillips in at point guard. Laverne is out there with Chris Bosh. Then it's Winslow. And it's Wade in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Trailblazers, boy, was he tremendous. He finished with 42 points, and the basket must have looked like an ocean to him as he nailed 3 after 3. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that one.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
Favors with the screen. A shot by Hayward, wide open, and that comes off the assist by Exum. Exum's got 3 assists in the game. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
That free throw missing. Andrew Bogut checked in for Laverne. Good on the second free throw. And there's a minute 45 left in the second quarter. Exum kicks to Hayward. Looking for Favors. He gets it there. The quick look, no good that time.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
The shot's good from Phillips.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Exum dishes to Sullinger. He kicks it to Hayward. Over to the wing. To the paint. Here's Favors. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Favors has got his second bucket of the night.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Burks kicks to Sullinger. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Phillips, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And guys, that's how you... Big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Finished off the break.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Hayward passes to Exum. Hayward right side. And no good trying to get that one. And that concludes the first half. Miami ahead. They're up by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Chris, what's been...
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
And on the floor for Randy Whitman as we get into the second half. Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Hood out there with Saunders, and it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. Outside Bosch. To the paint. Here's Phillips. Basket is good. The assist from Bosch. Speedy's got the lead back up to 7 now for Miami.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Favors dishes to Hood. It's rebounded by Phillips. Speedy's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade.
We're not too far along in the basketball season right now, so let's see how the Jazz have done so far in the league stats. 4th in blocks, 8th in rebounding, and they're a top 10 shooting team from the foul line. Pretty good company for that team.
You know, you talked about their spot in the shot blocking rankings. Their length and presence inside is not to be...
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Thunder. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, the Utah Jazz, 5 games behind.
And seeing where Utah is, they've basically lived up to the expectations so far this season. And that's not really good news for their fan base because those expectations only had them on the brink of the playoffs.
Yeah, which is exactly where they are right now. It's not too late for them to make that kind of emphatic late push that turns a season from average to excellent, though.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Here's Saunders from past the arc. Knocked away. Favors, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points. Heat. Andrew Bogut checked in for Stoudemire. Wade comes in for Chris Bosh. And Speedy subbed in for Marcus Thornton. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Utah. Dante Exum comes in for Trey Burke. Favors with a screen on Dragic. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. For Utah, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Here's Phillips, and that's not going to go. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game, neither team giving ground. It's the Jazz as they end the... And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter, and if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Utah leading. Phillips, he's in at point guard. Winslow is out there with Dang. Then there's Dwayne Wade, and it's Laverne in at the 5. That's the group on the 4 for Miami.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Hayward from outside. Utah the rebound. Gobert, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes. Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Luol Deng. Here's Saunders. Looking to get back on track here. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Jazz?
I'll tell you what, they've hit the boards hard in this one. It's led to an abundance of second chance points. I mean, they've gotten a lot of second chance points.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition. And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here's Phillips. And he uses the glass on the layup. Speedy's got 33 points.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Hayward outside. And the 3 ball is good. Hayward's got the lead up to 4 now for the Jazz.
The defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's 36 points for Freak.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Favors with the screen. Hayward outside. To the right side. Saunders misses.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
Yeah, nobody giving up any ground either way, fella.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
To the inside. Favors. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
What a night so far for Favors. He has 9 points and also a block shot.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
Passes it to Hood. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Okay, Miami, now coming to the floor,
Free. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Favors with the screen. Favors sets the pick for Hayward. Offensive rebound. Favors can't get it to go.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Phillips. Buries it from 3-point range. Speedy's got 41.
And he's on his way to putting up a big 3-point total.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now. Go take it. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. The Jazz making a switch here. Burks is checked in. Miami trailing. No good. Great D that time from Favors. A minute 50 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Saunders, guarded by Phillips. Saunders misses.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
1:33 left to play here in the 4th. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
It has not been an easy quarter for...
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Saunders misses.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Favors with the screen. Burks the pass to Saunders. Sinks it. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately. Oh, fantastic quarter for him here in the 4th. I mean, efficiency personified here.
Kicks to Burks. Favors with the screen. Burks dishes to Favors. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Here's Phillips. Here's Saunders. Wade is covering. Here's Saunders. With the floater. It falls!
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh no, oh yeah shots.
Okay, Miami, now coming to the floor,
Here's Phillips. got it! He got it!
Just in time.
What a shot!
Gets the big-time shot to fall, folks, and now we're headed to OT.
Cold-blooded mate, that was. Plain and simple.
And folks, we couldn't decide a winner in regulation, and we're getting set for the jump ball to start overtime. And so the tip-off. Phillips, he's checked in for the Heat. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Sullinger's checked in for Gobert. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Derek Favors. Exum, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Burke in for Saunders. Burke can't get it to go. And for the Heat, they're shooting it very well tonight, around 57%.
Oh, Maestro, you're so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Sullinger the screen. Burke kicks to Burks. And Jared Sullinger picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. Here's Speedy. 5 to shoot. To take the lead, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Here's Saunders, covered by Phillips. On its way from Hayward for 2. Another miss by Utah. A nice shot by Winslow. And the Heat lead by 2.
Right now, they're getting beat down the floor. They look a step slow.
And that's 6 of their last 10 that they've surrendered here coming off fast breaks. They need to sharpen up.
Hood, the pass to Favors. It falls! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And you know what? The defense allowed him to get into that rhythm.
And that's a scary prospect, Greg. If he catches fire like that, he can single-handedly win a ball game.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Here's Saunders. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop.
No doubt about it. Wade has found the touch right now.
Clark, no room for error
Kevin,
here.
got to be perfect from here on out. You're exactly right.
Here's Hood, buries it, and he has brought them to within 2 points. Boy, that was a big shot.
And that one just flattened this crowd, Kevin.
And stunned silence, guys. That's the atmosphere in here after that shot.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Okay, Miami, now coming up for your Heat answers. Let them hear ya.
Here is Favors. Pass to Saunders. It's in!
And you're going to take as many of those high-percentage shots as you can get.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
To the wing on the left. Here's Hood. Utah the rebound.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And so it's Miami winning this one. Clark, a double overtime game can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And a warm Thanksgiving wish to everyone, and welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thankful to be with these gobblers here.
No, I'm a gobbler, man.
This Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
That's my turkey sound, Ernie.
Thanks for clearing that up. He swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freak! He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot, Shaq?
Well, you know, he's letting the game come to him on the offensive end. He's not forcing the shot, but he's still being aggressive. And
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from everyone here at 2K Sports. Nothing like the NBA for Turkey Day. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's East versus West, where the Miami Heat will be looking to make a statement. The top storyline, Willie Cauley-Stein injured. He will not be suiting up.
Kevin, he's only going to be out a short time. You know, he got hurt in the last game. He's not available currently, but they expect him back soon.
Yeah, lucky for him and them. It looks like he avoided any serious damage.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for Sacramento, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Myers Leonard is out there with Reggie Bullock. Then it's Matthews, and it's Collison in at the 1 spot. The kick out to Matthews. Three-pointer. No good. And it's Miami the other way. This game against Sacramento is the first time they've met this year.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Yeah, exactly. An interconference matchup here. Not a lot of familiarity, but I wouldn't say they caught them off guard. There's a reason one team was in the playoffs and the other team was...
3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. A nice shot by Winslow.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
The drive by Collison. And too long on the shot.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm. Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Now here's Matthews. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando. Just 5 to shoot. Can they get it? Cannot hit. Bosch with some nice D. He'd have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. There's the feed to Laverne. Here's Phillips. He gives them a double-digit lead. Speedy's got 6.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. And guys, I was a bit worried, but now we all know the rim doesn't have a lid on it.
Yeah, you can actually feel the tightness and tenseness with each miss. I'm actually glad to see they got that first one out of the way.
And that one's good.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Making free throws a big key for any team. Let's see the best in the NBA. The Heat third.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
The Kings trail by 4. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah, Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. And matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want.
Okay, Miami. Now coming up the court are your Heat answers. Let them hear ya.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Winslow. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
He certainly knows his role, and he gives you some good minutes. That's really all you can expect from him at this point.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Andrew Bogut checked in for Laverne. Dang comes in for Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Dwayne Wade. The Kings trail by 4. Rondo kicks to Nicholson. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, Sacramento, 5 games behind.
And checking out Sacramento, they've looked very solid here to start the season. What's surprised me the most is just how much confidence this group is playing with.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Greg. I mean, that mental toughness bodes well, very well, for them once we get later into the season.
And Miami making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
The shot's good from Phillips.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Rondo, and it's sent back by Bogut. In transition, here comes Miami. Robinson with the block. 30 seconds left to play in the first. Sacramento again missing. Miami leading by 9. Here's Speedy, coming off a stellar performance against Utah.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
The kick out to Matthews. Nailed from three-point land. Matthews has got himself on the board with 3 there. He gets it up.
He got it! Wow. He caught it! My goodness. Unbelievable. Great shot there, Kev. And the crowd is going crazy.
Give it up for your Heat dancers.
Thanks for joining us in this Thanksgiving present. For Miami, Chris Bosh is checked in for Dang. Wade comes in for Marcus Thornton. And Speedy subbed in for Goran Dragic. Then for the Kings, Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Noah Vonleh. Bellinelli comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Matthews in for Rajon Rondo. On the court right now for the Kings, Collison is out there with Matthews. Then there's Bellinelli. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Leonard in at the 4-man position. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Jazz got down to business. He finished with 51 points, and he got there with his usual way. Just an impressive barrage of threes. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Miami. Clock is at 3. That's a 2 from Matthews. That one wide left.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Talk about a terrific game for Speedy. He's got 16 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
The first one falls. Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Sacramento. Robinson comes in for Myers-Leonard. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here is Collison. He has 7. 1:39 left in the first half. Another shot, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Chris Bosh. Sacramento shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And 72% on the year. I'm sure they'd like to improve that category.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
The Kings trail by 11. Bellinelli dishes to Collison. Puts up a 3. The shot by Bellinelli. No good.
Boy, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
59 seconds left in the first half of the game. Kicks it to Nicholson. And he pounds that one in.
Not a good idea to let him get such good position in the paint.
It's more than a bad idea. It's real trouble. I mean, he'll make that 10 out of 10 times.
And up the court come the Kings on the break. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
The Heat leading by 9. Boom, he chains it straight down.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Here's Phillips. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Sacramento shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. Six seconds left to play here in the half. Stoudemire. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Stoudemire's got his first 2 points of the night.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the point.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Phillips in at point guard. Laverne is out there with Chris Bosh. Then it's Winslow, and it's Wade in at the 2. That's the group in the game for the Heat. The Kings trail by 12. The drive by Collison. Soft touch off the glass. Collison's got 9.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Passed away.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
It's deflected, but they get it back. Bosh can't get it to go.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Taken away. In transition, here comes Miami.
And And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Collison, the pass to Matthews. Stolen by Bosch. And it's the Heat on the break. Wade gets the bucket. And the Heat lead by 14.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Heat shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for the Heat. And the Kings also making a change. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Matthews. The drive by Collison, can't cash in from close range.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
He got a little fancy with the fadeaway on that one.
The Kings trail by 18. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
And you know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
The shot's good from Phillips.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many
All right, let's
shots.
go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. It's
Here's
simple.
Speedy.
Let's throw it down
And
inside.
there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
On the court right now for the Kings. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Myers-Leonard. And it's Young. And there's Collison. And it's Bullock in at the 3 slot.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Screen by Cousins. Collison kicks to Cousins. And it's blocked by Phillips. Here's Thornton. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Here's Speedy. Can he keep it going? And another basket for Miami.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it. In part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
And the Heat, another 3.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his 2nd this half.
For Sacramento, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. A drive by Collison, and the shot is good.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. First free throw is good. And Miami making a change here. Bogut's checked in. And the Kings making a change here. Both free throws good from Phillips. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Pulls up on the wing, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint right from the tip. Their rebounding edge is impressive.
And they're giving themselves extra possessions and have taken advantage of it, and that's critical. You can shoot a few lesser percentage if you're getting more opportunities at the rim.
Offensive rebound, Cousins, and the layup falls.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Stoudemire, the screen. No good from Phillips. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Utah Jazz. Young's shot is off. Here's Speedy. He's covered by Collison. And it's good. Speedy's got 50 points.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
The drive by Collison. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
Here's Phelps, and another three for Sacramento.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that timely.
Leonard against Stoudemire. Out left to the wing. 5 on the clock. Shot from the wing. And it's Miami with the rebound. Stoudemire's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Miami.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted to do.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And I like what they've done here. Made the plays they had to. That's why they'll be going up 1-0 in their season series against the Kings.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Speedy. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards. Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Robinson, and that's collected by Bogut. Here's Speedy. Launches it. Can't get it to fall. And so Miami takes the...
Dwayne, you have...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. It was nothing short of a professional offensive clinic he put on today. He hit shots from every place he took them, and he took a lot of them to score more than 50 points.
He was literally unstoppable tonight, Ernie. Those defenders that were trying to guard him are going to have nightmares tonight. He put on a clinic on how to break down the defense. With that kind of performance, it's going to be hard to repeat.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of watching him play in high school. He was a man among boys. He was a 4-time consensus All-American back then. Overall, great game.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. Looking at Miami, relative to last season, their record at this point, not quite up to par. They're looking for answers, looking for improvement as the season continues. It's rare to see a point guard lead the NBA in scoring, but that's exactly what Freak is doing right now. Not only that, but he's still making sure to get everybody involved. How great has this been for this kid?
I mean, only MVP candidates can lead the league in scoring at the point guard position. I mean, it's critical to his team's success. Most guys would say, well, he's shooting too much. But no, his teammates say he's not shooting enough. The only time he's not supposed to shoot the basketball, Ernie, is when he doesn't have it.
If he holds on to the scoring title and keeps running the offense like this, he'll have a claim as the best point guard.
We're live, the home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. So for the Celtics, their last game, a win against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Thomas gets a wide open look, and the three off target. And here's Miami.
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play, utter disregard for his own safety.
And his teammates still shaking their heads. You know what? He must have told them to be on the lookout for something special.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one falls for Johnson. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And nice ball movement by Boston. There's Thomas with the three. That doesn't fall either. He's missed his first two shots tonight. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead.
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, two free throws coming up. And the foul goes against Miami. Celtics have had two chances at the line already, making them both. Luol Deng is checked in for Chris Bosh. That one falls, so he hits both of them. He'd have gone 4-4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Phillips, the pass to Bogut. And it's Winslow, that time on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists tonight.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Now here's Thomas. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Johnson sets the screen for Bradley. No good with the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Celtics trail by 6. Outside Thomas. To the left side wing. Here's Heaton. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally power that through the defense.
Inside. No good. And it's Miami the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
Exactly. Guys, they're clearly the better team, but you can't take anybody for granted. They're all NBA players. They get their checks twice a month. across the league, so you've got to come prepared and focused and ready to play.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
Thomas goes in, and that one's good.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Stoudemire's checked in. The Heat leading by 7. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Boston, we've got Jay Crowder. Thomas is out there with Jared Bayless. Then it's Amir Johnson. And it's Hart in at the power forwards position. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He had 55 points and was just efficient on the offensive end, picking his spots on when to keep the ball moving or try his own luck. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always remember.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Bogut comes in for Laverne. And Winslow subbed in for Luol Deng. There's the dish to Johnson. No good. Nice D from Bogut. Miami leading by 11. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wade. Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. Number 1, the Heat.
Kevin, I've always said shooting percentage individually and for a team is a function of the kinds of shots you get. This team leads the league in shooting percentage because, 1, they have good shooters, but 2, they take high-quality shots. They're a very disciplined group.
From deep, Thomas. There's the bucket. Good. Thomas got 5 points so far.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Bogut dishes to Wade. Down low, Phillips. Excellent D from Thomas. Celtics trail by 8. To the middle. It's deflected. Stolen by Bosch. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
Celtics have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Upside Thomas. Johnson sets the screen for Thomas. To the middle. Shot by Johnson, no good. The Heat leading by 10. Wade passes to Phillips. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 6 assists in the game.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami. 4th in the conference, an excellent season. Though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And, of course, the Boston Celtics, a couple spots below.
And I think for Miami, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Yeah, I think it's been a good showing for them. I mean, they should feel very good about their position going into the postseason.
Celtics trail by 13. Outside Thomas. Passes it to Hart. Right wing. And Thomas, here we go. From inside. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Celtics making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in. The Heat leading by 13. Inside. Bogut. That's good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
They get it back, and it's sent back by Bogut to the inside. Here's Phillips. No luck. Bradley with some nice D. He feeds it to Mirotic. Here's Heaton. Boston again missing. Wade passes to Phillips. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Speedy. He's got 21 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Stoudemire's checked in for Bogut. Dang comes in for Chris Bosh. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Winslow. And it's Dragic in for Dwayne Wade. And so it's Boston with it. 17-point game. 6 to shoot. Inside, Bayless, and the layup's good off the glass. Bayless has got 4 this quarter.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days.
That's good. And that's now 27 points for Freak.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
There's a screen. Here's Becker. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Yeah, sloppy D there. You can't let him get the ball in his hands down there.
Extremely untidy on the defensive end. I mean, when he gets it in that close, that's an easy bucket.
Dragic kicks to Stoudemire. The shot misses. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Cole's shot is good.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Mirotic has a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. Mirotic has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. From deep. So we've reached the end.
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Phillips in at point guard. Chris Bosh is out there with Bogut. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Winslow in at the 3 slot. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with. A little shot fake there, got the D out of position. And that's now 29 points for Freak.
Feeling it. No doubt about it. He's definitely feeling it right now. Shooting a terrific percentage from the field.
Wade passes to Phillips. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit times. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
You got to know who you got.
And, guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm.
And Miami has possession following the three-pointer by Boston. As their comeback bid had better get started.
I think there's still enough time for him here, Kevin. I think there's a good chance they can make it happen.
I don't know, guys. It's going to take a pretty big run to get back in this one.
Bradley, no one around him. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Bradley's got his first 2 points. Here's Phillips. No luck. Excellent D there by Johnson. Celtics trail by 13. Becker defended by Phillips. Bradley with room to shoot. Had the space there, but it's offline. To the right side. And there's the pass to Phillips. Connects from three-point range. Speedy's got 7 now in this quarter.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Isaiah Thomas. 2nd in assists, 4th in steals, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league and three-point shooting.
And, you know, going back to him being one of the top dime droppers in the league, it's his ability to control the pace of the game and his peripheral vision.
Laverne, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
For Miami, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Here's Thomas. He's got 5. He kicks to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Boston. Thomas dishes to Johnson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist. Yeah, another turnover.
Celtics trail by 10 on the court right now for the Celtics. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Jay Crowder out there with Mirotic. Lots of room. That one a little long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Bradley drives in. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. There's Winslow, powered down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Bradley kicks to Mirotic. Pass to Thomas. Picked off in midair. Here's Phillips, and he banks in the layup. Speedy's got 38 points. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points. Pretty devastating, actually, to turn the ball over like that and surrender 2 more points.
Yeah, you can ill afford to make mistakes at this juncture. It might not be impossible to come back, but it just got all the more harder.
5 on the clock. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. Misses the wing J.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones. And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
Here's Mirotic. Misses off the right iron. The Heat leading by 18. Here's Phillips. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got his 7th assist here tonight. Outside Bradley. Becker covered by Bogut. Kicks it to Mirotic. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
Exactly. But at the other end, it's one bucket after the other. This run is getting out of hand right now.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He's looking for some early offense, telling his guys to keep the pace up-tempo and not let that shot clock run down. likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Phillips, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
There's Thomas with the three. Count the bucket.
First three of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Here's Phillips. Crowder pulls it in. Celtics trail by 21. Feeds to Thomas.
2 minutes.
He dishes it to Johnson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Here's Phillips. Hits the jumper in space. Speedy's got 48.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot. Let the game come to you.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. And a new group in for the Celtics. Miami also making a switch. Phillips, he's checked in for Goran Dragic. Boston making a switch here.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Heat.
Clark, the biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
You know, I thought both teams worked hard at both ends, but sky-high field goal percentage and pressing defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Excellent effort tonight.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Speedy. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Puts it up, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And Boston with the rebound. And oh, here we go with Bayless. Nobody back. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
Here's Phillips, and the miss. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt it.
Well, Goran, certainly a nice win tonight. Tell us what was working for you guys.
You know, we are as a team, so we play as a...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation. Freak. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge. And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.